Welcome back to Super Sister Science, a best friends podcast where we talk life, love, and a little bit of astrology. I am your no-nonsense Capricorn co-host, Juanita.
And I am your cozy, compassionate Cancer co-host, Brooke.
And today we are joined by a very, very special guest. They are an iconic Libra, hello Libra season, a theater maker, queer superstar, now published playwright, and the final remnant of mine, Juanita's life in Chicago. It's Wilhelm.
The last dredge. Woo! Hey.
The last dredge of muck.
We dredged you up for this podcast for the swamps.
Listen, I'm here to shed light and love on the city of Chicago and all that it gave both of you before your little LA sunny time lives. You would not be the women you are if not for everything the city of Chicago has given you. And I'm here to write the narrative.
Thank you. No, that's true.
Thank you.
I'm really, really grateful to Chicago and really glad that I'm in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
So, Will, you appear to be in a closet. You went back in the closet just for us?
I am back in the closet just for you. No, my recording studio is in my literal closet. Yeah, I went back into the closet to have to speak to either of you, frankly. No, but I did sweep it out today. I did not think about being viewed at all. I only thought about being heard. Mm-hmm. I just didn't imagine my image being a part of this. I would have done a whisper of mascara. Mm-hmm. I would have done anything, but my curls look nice, and for that you are welcome.
I think your natural look is
It's good that you're naturally beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But actually, the real check is, will you show us your nails?
Yeah, absolutely. Can you see the little purple moments?
I think I
she's
can.
giving
So much design.
Yes. Yeah. Talk to me more about your nail process. Are you a self nail or are you a go out in the wild?
No. Thank you so much for asking about my nail process. It's a full-on ritual. I go with our mutual friend from college, Marley Rich. We get our nails done by another friend whose name cannot be spoken in public.
You are trying to gatekeep them. Or it's a secret.
No, I've been told specifically, no more new clients. Next time people ask, where do you get your nails done? So I can't say. I'm actually not sure. Where did these come from? Because I don't
woke up glamorous.
I woke up glamorous because I don't go to a salon. We go to our friend's house where she does nails in her basement. And Marley and I always do back-to-back appointments. So one of us is sitting on the couch, pouring little drinks, kikiing, while the other one is getting their nails done. And then we switch. So it is every 3 weeks, a 3-hour appointment where the three of us are catching up on the gossip, casting spells, and then Marley and I both leave with amazing nails. But I just can't say where. I couldn't say.
That is a covenant.
Well, they look beautiful, and that is the true test. That's the true test of beauty. If you had a broken nail, then
no. And these are my these are my natural nails. This is not a Gel X. This is not. There's nothing on top. It is all my naturally grown nails, which my mysterious nail tech helps me keep really healthy and beautiful. And they're sharp too. So
yeah, they look like
that's one of the things that I'm most envious of.
The natural nail.
Yeah.
I
have a question when doing your introduction, I had a That's So Raven memory moment of the time that you auditioned for American Idol.
Yeah, that's what I was referencing. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Can you tell that story? Because it is really good.
Wow. Yeah, I will tell a condensed version of that story. I will say I was actually referencing that story, which I haven't talked about in a long time, last week. But before I do that, I'm so sorry. I was in our setup. I did not know if this was a joke or not, and I do want to close my closet door, but you were like, please give us a tour of the closet. I didn't know if that was real or fake.
Everything I say is real.
Like I'm gonna try to hold this work laptop and this Yeti microphone while we just like take a little.
You're doing an excellent job.
Like little show.
So you have to visually describe everything really as well for our listeners.
Do not talk about the number of black heels that you see. It is a woman's right to have as many black heels as she fucking wants.
I saw at least 5 pairs, which feels appropriate.
Then you need to open your eyes because there were more. It's like a lot of sparkly things, but you can't really like see when they're all next to each other like that, right?
No.
But like, just like a little blue wig and should I wear that cunt hat or this beautiful flower crown for the listeners?
The flowers. The first time you've ever listened to me.
Wow.
Gorgeous in your flower crown.
So when I was 25-ish, actually, I think a little bit younger, maybe 23, 24, I was living with Juanita at the time. And I was like doing I was like submitting for any potential opportunity that I could ever think of, including somehow if you've seen American Idol before, there's like a lot of like shots of people waiting all day for hours and hours to like sing for 10 seconds for like some random strangers. Somehow I submitted to a casting online, to which their response was like, please come to this day of Chicago auditions. We'll give you an appointment time. And I was like, okay, like for an appointment, like I'll show up. Those reality shows are crazy. Like they show you the celebrity judges. There are rounds upon rounds upon rounds of casting before that. And so I like showed up, I feel like to Navy Pier or something like that, or McCormick Place, some huge like giving convention vibes. So many people down the block, whatever. And I like find like a security guard. I'm like, hi, I have this like email that like says I have an appointment. And they're like, yeah. Come follow me. I see all of these people lustfully staring after me as I like get ushered into some room. I sing for one group of people and they're like, yeah. Cool. And then they send me to another group of people, which I'm told are the executive producers. I'm like, okay, cool. So I've like very quickly somehow like skipped every intermediary round. I sing for executive producers. They're like, great. We'd like to invite you to sing for the celebrity judges. It's the first season that the celebrity judges are Katy Perry, Lionel Richie, and some country star. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, here are the dates, here are the cities. None of them, they're not coming to Chicago. They don't care. But they are going to be in New York City during a week where I already have a flight booked because I'm visiting my friends in New York in like 2017 in October. Brilliant. So it's like, okay, like I can go. So like up to this point, I have gone not out of my way at all. I've just like literally shown up and so many people have been like, do you want to be on American Idol? And so I've been like, I could be. It's not harming me in any way to be considered for American Idol in this moment. I do arrive to the day of shooting. I have to get there very early. This was like a crazy experience. It's my only time ever being on a set of this level. And I'm like 24-ish. There's so many teenagers like around, and really talented teenagers. They're like insane. Everyone is there with like their full extended family, their high school like girlfriend and soccer team. I am like the only person alone because I just like show up like I'm going to an audition and like this is what I do.
Yeah.
On the day of shooting, I want to say they had like 5 different cities, 2 or 3 days of shooting in each city. So let's say that's max 15 days of shooting. There were only 30-ish like singers there for the entire day of the celebrity auditions. So most of it is them filming B-roll. So I was and interviews and stuff. I swear to God, from the second I got there until I left, which was 10 hours later, I was being filmed at all times. I was being filmed at all times. That
is exhausting.
For whatever reason, these producers kind of like I was being kind of chill because I was just like, yeah, like it's an audition. I audition professionally. This is like sort of what I do. And they're like, are you freaking out to be meeting Katy Perry? And I was like, they're like, do you love her music? You F-slur? And I was like, I thought I Kissed a Girl was fun. Like, I don't know. Like, so they're asking me all of these questions. They're literally like staging fake interviews from the other teenagers. Like there were moments where they're like, okay, Madison, you sit here and talk with Will and we want you to ask about this, and this, and we want it to sound like a conversation, but Will, don't ask any questions back. This is about learning about Will's character. I was like, Jesus
Will's
Christ.
character.
I was also just like giving little non-binary, like, meh, meh, meh. I'm here to sing my song for Lionel Richie, Katy Perry, and insert third country star here. Long story short, it was insane. They were all just like, ooh, that's so interesting because I wasn't freaking out, basically. Every single person and their literal mother that was there is like, this person is a shoo-in. I regret looking back on that. I was trying to be too cool for school because there was so much filming. The producers were trying to guide me into shit all the time. The reason I was talking about this last week was because I just saw Lady Gaga last week, and one of the things that they were really working to, they want you to like, they want to understand and emulate every character off of like current celebrities, current pop stars. So they were like, who do you sound like? Whose career are you trying to like, have your own version of, that sort of thing? And they were trying to get me to say male singers, basically, that I thought my voice sounded like. And I was like, I don't know. Like, I don't even really listen to any male singers. Like, and when they were asking me about the pop stars who I really admired, I was talking about how pop stars have like more attention than politicians do often. And so I like mostly was talking about Lady Gaga and the way that I thought that her art was like so political and so fun and has a whole like aesthetic behind it. But she knows how much power and how much attention she holds, and she wields it with like a responsibility that I can tell she reveres. And so I was like talking about Lady Gaga on and on and on and on, and and it was not what they were wanting because they're like, but you're not Lady Gaga. And I'm like,
says who?
Yeah, but that's who I respect. Says who? So one of the thing that I was referencing, and Juanita and our other roommate John make fun of me all the time, is there were times where they were trying to get sound bites, and so they were like, okay, like what do you want to be? Give it to us in a word, in a sentence, like in a couple words. And I was like, I want to make a difference, and I want queer people to feel like their lives are possible. And they're like, no, shorter, snappier. And I was like, I want to be a role model for queer people in the world. And they're like, no, sexier, shorter, like until like literally like yelling until I was like, I don't know. I was like, I want to be a queer superstar. And they were like, that's it. Give us 10 of those. So I was sitting in the room being like, I want to be a queer superstar. I want to be a queer superstar. Oh, no. I am a queer superstar. Like, it was crazy. And in my mind, I was like, oh my God, this is all they're ever going to show of me. I'm going to be so embarrassed. My friends are going to think I'm crazy and so uncool.
You were Molly Shannon.
I walk into this audition. Literally. I walk into this audition. I've been on camera for literally 8 hours already by the time I'm walking in to sing my little ditty. Like I practiced it with the competition. I sang my song. I sang like, a rock power ballad by Heart. I walk in, Katy Perry immediately is like, yes, queen, yes, king, yes, huh? And I'm like, okay, here's my opportunity. Let's talk about gender and pronouns. The third country star is like, what are y'all talking about? And so then me and Katy Perry like collectively teach the country star about pronouns. I'm like, great, can't wait to see this on television. I sing my little thing. This is like, oh God, I'm cutting so much out of the story, but there are a couple key moments that are left. I sing my little thing and like, it goes fine. It goes how I wanted it to. And so they're kind of like trying to suss me out and like figure out more about me. And Katy Perry is like, so like, what do you do? What's your job? I was like, I'm an actor. And they're like, yeah, but like, what do you do for money? I was like, I am an actor. And they were like, oh, so like you're paying your bills, you're covering your thing. I was like, yes, mama, I have the contracts booked. I'm lined up. I was like literally just about to go to OSF like in a couple months from there.
Oregon Shakespeare Festival.
Which was already, thank you. Yes, thank you. And so they spend like the whole time. Lionel Richie is like, yeah, like you have like a really like trained sort of voice. I was like, yeah, well, I'm trained in musical theater, so that tracks. Yeah. And they're like, yeah, but like, what radio station would you be on? Like, would you be on a country station? Would you be on a rock station? Would you be on a pop station? Would you be on a jazz station? And I was like, I don't know. And in the back of my mind, I was like, y'all asked me to be here. I don't know the answers to these questions. And so after they like kind of do a lot of explaining of why they think I'm not really right for this show, they don't really know how to categorize my voice. Katy Perry's like, I think you're on the path already that's like meant for you. And I was kind of like in my head, like, I think I agree. I just showed up where I was invited to be, basically. So after so much conversation that is making it extremely clear that they are not advancing me in this television program, they have to vote at the end as a matter of procedure. Mm-hmm. So the country star, whose name I should know, at the end says, all right, now it's time to vote. He goes, my vote is yes for theater, but no for idol. And then solemnly, as if answering a priest's prayer, I watch Katy Perry and Lionel Richie echo, yes for theater, no for idol.
It was a Catholic call-in response.
100%. And then I was ready to like go from there, but then they would not let me leave the space until they'd film me for like 2 more hours because they were trying to elicit like a really emotional response. They're like, do you think the judges don't understand you? They don't know that, like, really trying to goad me. And I was so annoyed and so ready to go. And I was like, I literally, like, I did, I agree. Like, I agree. I didn't really ask for this. Literally, it was crazy. And so there was a moment where I finally snapped and yelled at a producer because they were trying to get me to say something that I didn't want to say. And so the only thing, and I don't know what that footage looks like, but there's footage of me somewhere being like, you are not going to get me to cry. I am doing okay. This is exactly what I expected to happen. You asked me to be here. I would like to go home now.
Wow.
And then they filmed, like, I was down Fifth Avenue blocks away before the camera was off me. Like, literally filming me as I, like, went to the train. So there were moments where it was really fun, like when they were doing all of the, like, okay, we want you, like, weaving in and out of the traffic on the sidewalk. We want to do, like, close up on the heels, clacking, the nails, like, you know, the hat, the jewelry. That part was, like, really fun. But it was a lot. Like, reality TV is a no joke. And I'm just like, I was just here for one day.
One little day.
That's the idol story.
You're one of my friends who famously is not into reality TV.
I watched some of it, but like I'm not like begging for it,
which is hard for me to understand. Thank you for telling that story.
That story was.
I love that story.
I didn't realize how much I had left to say, but yeah, that was that.
I had forgotten so many of those details. I just remember the series of you saying, "I'm going to be the next queer superstar" 500 million times in a row, and I'm so glad I got to hear it again.
Yeah.
That story is magical and just unbelievable. Truly. You got to teach Katy Perry about gender? Maybe?
You turned Katy Perry into a teaching artist.
Definitely, for sure.
So I would like to follow up on something else that I said during your introduction, is that you're a published playwright.
It's true.
Congratulations.
The rumors are true. Thank you. It got published last week.
I know your play, Gender Play, or What You Will, your one-person show that you wrote, developed, have been performing and touring all over the world, international. Superstar was just published in a book, an anthology of trans plays. What is the book called?
An international queer superstar.
I did it. Fuck you, Katy Perry. It's in Methuen Drama's Book of Trans Plays, Volume 2.
Slay.
Really cool.
How has that been? You had a reading? You had...
we did a little reading at the local Chicago theater bookstore coffee shop. It's called The Understudy. It was so good. It was with me and another playwright that's featured in the anthology who's also a Chicagoan. Her name is Shuli Cook, and she works at a bookstore. She works at Women and Children First. Awesome. So I like walked in being like, I have no idea what the format of these things are. Like, what do I do? We both did a reading, and then we had a conversation with each other, asking each other questions before we sort of opened it up to the room. Thank God Shuli is a pro and has been around this so much. She came so prepared with beautiful questions, and I did what I do, which is just try to make up good shit on the spot. But I feel good about that usually. And I think we had a really cool and interesting and inspiring conversation. There were some folks that we went to college with who like surprise showed up who were friends with Shuli, and I don't know. People were like reaching for their notebooks, scribbling shit down, being like, "Oh God, we got to get this."
Ooh, quotable.
So I think it was good.
Wow. Quotable.
That's so exciting. Congratulations. I need to buy my copy.
Yeah, you should.
Where can we buy it? Any bookstore? Or is there like a specific...
Yeah, I don't know where you buy books. It's published by Bloomsbury in the United States, so I'm sure you could order it online as well. But order it through...
Like
what's the bookshop? Yeah.
The one where you can like attach yourself to a local bookstore essentially and get it. Yeah.
Exactly.
If the listeners don't know about Bookshop, know about it now. That's all.
Know about Bookshop. Yeah. And I did get an email literally this week about someone in LA asking me to bring Gender Play.
Oh, really?
You've got to come.
Yeah. I don't know if they're going to get it yet. I don't know if they're going to get it. There's so many things going on next year that I don't actually know about. And it would just be, for now, a one-night engagement.
Worth
and
it.
I'm trying to lean off of those, but LA is a place that I would consider it.
But I want you to come.
What if it was a one-night engagement
and if I come
there and then a several-night engagement somewhere else right afterwards, still in LA?
Are you offering?
I don't know. I have a backyard. I like to put on events there. Do a play in my backyard.
Perfect. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I am I don't know what I'm doing next year, really, but I think that some things are taking shape in California in general. So, like, you know, in other places of the state. So I think if I could have a little LA appearance while I'm already in California, that feels achievable. And yeah, I'll invite y'all, and I'll tell you all to invite everyone you know, and maybe it could turn into I return to LA with a run would be my true goal.
I would love that. And I would love to see this latest iteration of the play. So I saw a couple readings and the first version.
Yeah, you saw the world premiere in 23, which was awesome and so fun. And I really loved that production. And the team on it was like so incredible. And then this year we did a touring production through a new theater company with a brand new team. We also like planned it knowing it would move. So that anticipation helped us make smarter choices that made it more portable, basically. But it also like, it looked really, really good. Ooh. I know like some things about like, you know, the producing and the budget and the blah, 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 but not everything, which is great because I actually don't want to know everything. But from standing on the inside, I was like, this is kind of, compared to what we did the first time, I was like, this is expensive and it looks really good. And I got to just like add more theatricality and spectacle into the production. We had a full on magic consultant, so that both like what I was doing and tarot was a big element, and the props and like the set itself, like in many ways was like behaving magically. So that was really cool.
That's what I want to see so bad.
Whoa.
I love magic so much.
Magic, like, well, you said that you used tarot in the show, so you had a magic consultant, like a witch consultant, essentially, right? Not like a magic tricks, or was it like illusion?
No, the consultant was a full-on magician, and the sort of like elements of sort of spirituality, mysticism are things that I kind of bring into the piece.
You were the witch consultant.
I was the witch consultant for sure. The solo show is like very inspired by Shakespeare and Shakespeare's characters, but puts them in a very contemporary trans queer setting. But it's spooky. It's taking place at a seance where we're like literally calling in the spirit of Shakespeare to sort of reclaim his characters in a much more fun, much more, prescient, immediate way to who we are right now.
Speaking of mysticism, etc. Let's get into the astrology bit of it all. Will,
it's time.
Iconic Libra.
Are you just going to skip over our theme song like that?
No, I paused because I heard you talking, but there was a 10-second delay, and I don't know what to do about it.
I'm scared.
So we can't
stop fighting, please.
There's a 10-second delay.
No, let's all sing simultaneously on the delay. I'm ready to sing. I know how it goes. All
right. 5, 6, 7, 8. Capricorn and Cancer. Moment of the week.
Moment of the week. Was it perfect?
It's crazy.
It's crazy.
I think it was perfect. It'll be around.
Well, okay, so Will, you're a Libra, iconic Libra, as was said. Can you give us your understanding of what a Libra is, how you embody Libra-ness, and your Libra moment of the week?
I love a Libra, and I don't mean just myself, though I do think Libras are good at loving themselves, which is important. But I also love other Libras, and I love to be with other Libras and discuss things with other Libras, because I think we are so thorough and just and balanced in our consideration of the situation at hand. Some people misinterpret these qualities as indecision. I don't identify as a person that's not decisive. I think that I actually am, I would consider myself decisive in that I know what I want.
Not when you play a game.
Okay, we're gonna get to that. I did hear I was subtweeted on the last podcast about my gameplay. And
kind of
like you
subtweeted
said,
all of
I do think that I am very carefully considering several steps in the future, and I think that makes me an extremely considerate Libra, because I desperately want to make the right decision. And I do ask my friends a lot what their opinions are. I think as a Libra, I'm an extremely social creature. I love a cute aesthetic. I love to be with my friends. I love to look like we're all going to the same party. You know what I mean? Like when we do a little bit of light coordination and then we all arrive at the function and everyone's like, why do they look like the hottest band of merry queers? Also, as a Libra and an air sign, I really deeply identify as someone who flits. I love to flit. I love to be at a social engagement and have my anchor point, which is my garden. Juanita groans. Anchor point, which is my garden of my beautiful little friends. And then a little social butterfly, I love to be I'm going to flit over here. Do, 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 dee, da. Then I'm going to flit over there. La, 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 la. And then maybe I'm going to give a little kiss to something over here, someone. And then I'll go return to my garden and then I'll regenerate and then I'll drink some nectar and then I'll go back and do it again. So I don't know. I love Libra qualities. And I hate the propaganda that Libras don't make decisions.
Wow.
Okay. That
Justice
was a really good
Libras.
pitch.
Justice for Libras. I have a Libra tattoo. Oh, wait, I'm wearing my little Libra necklace that I've been wearing every day. And I have a little Libra tattoo on my hip. So mostly people only see it at the gay beach. And, gays aren't always that smart. So people always ask me if I'm a lawyer. I'm like, no, I'm not a lawyer.
Dumb gays catching strays.
I'm a Libra. They really got to be better. We all got to be better.
Great. So, Will, what was your Libra moment of the week? Pray tell.
My Libra moment of the week. I honestly, this might have been Saturday, but I think maybe it was the Saturday before. Deal with it. I'm not on this podcast weekly. It's okay. I had a Libra moment where it was Saturday. I had to leave my house at 9 a.m. wearing a gorgeous pink dress and these shoes. And for the listeners, it's a gorgeous boot with a very high heel. And I didn't really anticipate or understand that I would be away from my home until 3 a.m. after leaving at 9 a.m. But I had the most perfect, the day kept asking me to flit away and to do more things. And so I just kept doing it for so long. And it filled me with so much beautiful energy. I had, after my morning thing, I had my nail appointment with Marley. And then we were like, what are we doing after this? And I just impulsively went back with her to her house in Logan Square and we hung out for a little while. Then her friend from high school that I know came over. Then I was like, oh God, I really am in the mood to make your boyfriend play Mario Party with us. But then we had to wait for him to get home from whatever he was. So then we all went to go get Thai food in between. And I had anticipated that I was going to a going away party in Humboldt Park that night. And I originally thought I would go home and change and shower and reset and hang out in my own space. But we had Thai food. We played Mario Party, and then I was kind of well, I may as well I'm already all the way down here. I'm not going to go back to Andersonville. So then and the other part was, as I was walking into Marley's house, I have you all on Find My Friends. So, when Juanita shows up in a random Central California vineyard, I'm like, are you dead? And she's like, no, I'm at a wedding. And I'm like, okay, fine. But I had a friend who lives in Milwaukee who I saw literally I saw him in the car exiting I-90 on Fullerton. And as Juanita can also attest, something about me when Juanita used to live here, if she would go to the understudy coffee and books and not alert me that she was 2 blocks outside of my house, I would be you can't do that. You are in my neighborhood. I need to be alerted. Don't let me just run into you without you telling me. I don't care if you're available. I'm not saying I'm available, but I want to know. And so I FaceTimed my friend to be like,
you just
what?
need to know.
You're not in Milwaukee. You're here in my city. And I was berating him, for a little while in that sort of tone. I was like, what are you doing? Why do you think you're not hanging out with me tonight? It's Saturday, whatever. I berated him for a good few minutes before he's like, by the way, it is my birthday today. I was like, I'm so sorry. I should know this. Now, actually, berate me. I'm the bad friend. But anyway, so after I go to the going away party in Humboldt Park until midnight, I'm like, well, now I got to see my other friend. And so then I went out to Smart Bar until 3 a.m. So that was my Libra moment. I just I was touring for a lot of this calendar year. And so this whole month of September, I've been home chilling. And it's been so nice to just have a day where I leave my house and have no idea where the day will take me. And I can just flit around to all my friends until I collapse on my bed at 3 a.m.
Flitting, socializing, regenerating. I love.
Yeah.
I love it for you. Not for me.
Thank you. No, it's okay.
Well, Brooke,
that's why we're
what's
different.
your Cancer moment? Yeah.
Well, actually, I'm going to keep it short and sweet because it's something that technically the listeners already know about, but I'd like to reframe it as my Cancer moment of the week.
Oh.
I think that when I was so physically exhausted, dealing with at least one ailment actively, and had just gotten home from traveling, being away from home for a week, and then insisted on throwing a holiday party for all my friends with multiple interactive activities that they could do in my home, insisted on throwing that party despite being so exhausted and sick. I think that maybe that was my Cancer moment of the week.
That you just had to host a party.
I had to make a little holiday party for all my friends.
And you've made a promise to yourself and everyone else at that point. You're like, I gotta follow through. It's gonna be so fun, even though it makes no sense.
It makes no sense. I didn't even realize that these holidays were happening or coinciding until 3 days ago. But absolutely, I have to honor that and make a space for everyone to honor it as well. Why wouldn't I?
You're kind of the queen of both over-promise and over-deliver.
Yeah.
That's gorgeous. Gorgeous combo.
Thank you.
Yeah,
I mean, it's better
honestly.
than overpromise than underdeliver.
Certainly.
But I could get in the business of promising less and still over-delivering, I think.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
Could
I
be
feel
less
like that's also a
stressful
thing we learn how to do in our 30s, which is I've been utilizing my maybe sometimes because I am a big once I've said I'll do something, I'll never ever back out of it, even if it costs me so much physical pain and money for no reason. I just cannot back out of things.
Yes.
So I'm getting better about identifying what will be a game day decision.
You are extremely reliable.
Thank you.
And that's a good quality to have.
Libra.
But yeah, utilizing the maybe more.
Utilize the maybe. That's some good advice.
And no
if you don't
offense,
know,
it doesn't mean I don't think you're fun or cool. I just I don't know. And especially when it's something kind of chill, seeing a movie. I'm yeah, maybe. And if not, maybe the next day.
God, maybe the next day is so nice. With a thing that can be the next day. I just love to reschedule.
Totally. You love to reschedule. Yeah, this having a kind of a hard out with you today is kind of a struggle for us as a pair.
Oh.
Yeah.
Doing this podcast.
Yeah.
So
Oh my God,
for
because
keeping us on time.
Yeah, it's just true.
Yeah.
I just
stakes are high.
I just got a hard out.
One.
And that's the thing about a Libra with a full
true.
social calendar. But I'm happy to be here right now. Until I'm gone.
Yeah.
Well, Juanita, what's your Capricorn moment of the week?
So today I really realized that the way people park says a lot about them. I was with my Cancer boyfriend this morning, and he parks in a way where he doesn't want to have to work for this moment in parking. He doesn't want to parallel park. He will park a little bit farther away just so he doesn't have to back into anything. And just so he has like a lot of space, even though it means the next morning he has to walk up a whole hill to get in his car and go to work. Whereas
This is pissing me
I
off.
will drive around for 3 to 5 extra minutes to save tomorrow Juanita's a little bit of heartache. Because I'm greedy. I want the best parking spot so that I can leave at the last second tomorrow and get to where I need to be going. And I think that's maybe a little Capricorn of me, of just being like, I gotta plan ahead. I'm not in it for the instant gratification. We're doing the long-term investment of parking.
Yes. I agree.
That's it.
You don't have to
That's
sell
it.
me
That's
on
my
it.
moment.
That's it.
I'm a practical parker, but I'll work hard to park. I'm an incredible parallel parker. I would say that's like in my top 10 skills.
Whoa.
Parking.
That's
Yeah. You won't say
Yeah.
no to a challenge.
I'm really good at it.
Brooke, what does your parking say about you? I'm curious. Yeah, it's got me
I
thinking.
think that I like to think of myself as a little bit of a good luck charm. I think I can often find like a princess parking spot or a spot at the last second, but that is also my hubris, because a lot of times that does not happen. But I do just kind of move through the world assuming that it will. That being said, I prioritize like free parking over anything. If it's not going to be free,
Same.
it needs to be extremely close. And I guess it depends on the situation. Like last night I needed to park downtown somewhere, and I was like, I'm willing to walk a couple blocks, because if we just keep driving until something opens up, there will be a free spot on the street. But the alternative is paying like $20 to park in a lot. And I'm not in the business of doing that. So we drove around for a little bit, and then we found a spot. And that is like what I will usually do in that situation. But in the situation Juanita is describing, when you're like street parking as a person, I think I was always prioritizing getting close. Like I'm kind of more similar to Juanita, where like I'll shoot for something that's a riskier spot, a spot that seems too small, a spot that I have to like sit in my car and wait for, versus like something that's a little farther away. Because why? You know?
I'm with you.
What about you, Will?
I do the free spot no matter what. No, I'm going to go for, I will walk 20 minutes if it means I can avoid $40 of parking downtown Chicago. I literally have a map in my head of all of the places I can park downtown Chicago and not pay anything. And I know what time they're available. And I don't tell people, because there's like only a few of them and I want it to be my special secret. But when we're going to see a show downtown, and people are like, should we take the train? I'm like, no. I do not do the train. I'm so sorry. I support public transit for you. But yeah, I love to park for free. I don't know. I just have like weird little maps in my head. Juanita was making fun of me because when we were driving back through Colorado, for the wedding, we stopped in the same little town that we had brunch on our like road trip when she was moving to LA. And I wanted to stop in that town because I was like, I liked the food options, but also there was this one bathroom that I liked and I would like to pee there. And she was like, why do you keep bathroom information in the cache for like more than a year? But then she answered her own question. She was like, I think it's actually the Venn diagram of like really, really good at directions. And there was a third thing. I'm trying to leave the joke for the last. Juanita, you'll have to. Do you remember what it was?
I don't. It's the intersection of having really good directional sense, an extremely tiny bladder, and being trans.
My bladder, of course. Yeah, of course. I have to know where a bathroom is, like within a 5-minute radius at all times, even if I'm in the desert.
And you have to know the nice bathroom where everyone will be like good to you. Yeah, and you know where they all
preferably
are.
a bathroom where I'm alone. Yeah, I'm like, no, I'm trying to go to the
trans
single
element.
stall. And
Yeah.
That's the trans
Yeah.
element. But some of those places are dirty and I don't want them to be. So when I have a nice bathroom experience and I'm by myself and I feel like I'm just pleasantly pissing, I save that. I save that for as long as I need to.
Yeah. That's going in the banks.
Okay, Brooke, can you tell us about Will's Venus placement? And so can we just hear what that's about real quick?
Yes. Will, your Venus is in Scorpio, which is fun. Scorpios are kind of mysterious and intense and loyal, and sometimes it can be secretive. And I feel like this is probably gonna show up as like less like you have a bunch of romantic skeletons in your closet and more just like maybe you're a little bit reluctant to trust people at first, both romantically and just in any relationship. But once someone gains your trust, you're in it to win it. You're like ride or die. You're deeply loyal. And you let people into like your darker side, I think, once you get close to them. Does any of that resonate?
Oh yeah, it all does. And I resent Scorpios, but also it's because I have a weakness for them. But I don't like to talk about that.
I do too.
So I know that you had kind of like a cosmic council locked and loaded, and I'm wondering if because I know from a little preview that it has to do with your love life. Does hearing anything from your Venus in Scorpio kind of translate to this?
Yes, I think so. You'll tell me how. But I do have a cosmic council locked and loaded. Also, I do have later something that I am screaming, crying, and throwing up about, and I'm committed to sharing it quickly, but that's not the section we're on. So my cosmic council is the following. All right. I famously or infamously was in a relationship for like many years. This is when I moved into the apartment that I currently still live in, with a Scorpio, and now I am. We did our like recovery year of like let's get in touch with me. I spent all of my 20s being in relationships back to back to back to back to back to back, just like so many men and their needs and priorities and influence over what I should be doing. And so I like had a good year of reset, and then I was like, oh, I feel so ready to like be back on the scene. And then I like went on tour for like this entire year. So surprise, I was not dating or building relationships during that. So now I'm ready for it. I'm feeling very good. Okay. My needs are met. I live in a city where like I have lived for 15 years. I have so much community. I have like access to like sex with people that I trust and feel good about, all of that good stuff. I regret to say that like maybe this is a post-pandemic thing. I don't really know. I was never really like fully on the apps like that. I'm trying to be on the apps now, and these queers, like especially queer men, are terrible. They are not good at communication or texting. And most importantly, they almost always flake. Like 80 to 90% of the time when I set up a date, it does not happen. And like after it's been confirmed, it's almost always canceled day of. It drives me crazy because I do plan, and I have a lot of really robust friendships, and I'm like, any free time that I set aside for these like imaginary dates is time that I'm like not scheduling with like people who I actually care about. Or even if like what I wanted was sex, I could have scheduled that with someone who I trust and follows through and all that kind of stuff. So I'm kind of getting disillusioned on like trying to meet new people in that way, because it's just I put so much energy in for not a lot of energy out. However, what is true is that it's very easy to get queer men to have sex. And so I'm like caught in this like in between place where I'm like, I want to keep meeting new people. I don't want to be doing only hookups, only one night stands, one offs. Like I'm good on that. But literally the only way in which I feel like I've been able to make new connections is if we have sex first. And then after they're like, oh, this was cool. Should we have lunch next week? It's so crazy and like convoluted. And I know that this is also like, this is maybe a little bit different from the culture and norms that you find yourselves in. I regret to say that this feels is like so banal to like queer whatever this is. So yeah, I feel like I'm trying to talk with people on apps about the things that they're talking about, which is sex and only sex is what they're going to follow through on, but trying to identify the potential of those who could be like more long lasting and be so ready to kill them the second that they don't. I actually killed a man last week with the help of Juanita, and it was shot to the head. I think it's best we don't see each other again. After this man for weeks had been referring to me as wifey via text.
No, that guy is a time waster. Anyone who acts like that, automatic time waster.
Yeah. It was giving time waster.
Like
and
give us a snippet. Give the listeners a snippet.
It was just like giving a lot of talk about like, I like see all this potential in you and us, and like we had hung out one time, and in between the first and second time a month passed in which we were doing a lot of good texting and communicating a lot, but it was just like full dive in, and
this has con man written all over it.
It was giving con man. And then, okay, so here's what actually happened. Unfortunately, the thing that I had to leave my house for in a pink dress and heels at 9 a.m. was a funeral. And that man, we had planned a sleepover date the night before. And so we had been missing each other for like a month. So I was like, we can still do the sleepover date, but I want you to know that like I will be getting ready to go to a funeral in the morning. So like that's just the vibe. And this man, literally as I was like, I'll make coffee for us, we can have a little morning moment, as we're like sipping our coffee, and I'm kind of like hoping like a man will be nice and be like, how you feeling? Anything you want to talk about? Is literally scrolling Grindr being like, we should have a threesome with this person. So I'm like, my cosmic counsel comes from the place of me being like, I am caught in this, like, I only know how to really effectively make new connections if it's via sex. And even when they say that they want something that goes beyond that, their actions do not. So what do I do?
That is so tough. And obviously, like, neither of us are like experienced in this particular like queer world.
Yes.
But from my experience as someone who like shared a similar frustration of like, these men are all talk, no action, like no one respects me as a human being, like all they want is sex. I can really identify with that. So I think my advice, unfortunately, is to withhold the sex. And because when I started doing that, I found that I could find the time wasters quicker, and really kind of evaluate if we actually did want the same things. So like when I moved to LA, I think I only slept with like a couple people who were like, oh, I met this guy from Idaho at karaoke for one night and he's leaving. And like, yeah, that's what you're here for. Or like, you know, this is an emergency and I'm going to get on Tinder. But like, I know that this is not a thing. But anyone that I was just like, okay, there could be a potential for a connection here, it was no sex. Period. And like, maybe we still like spent the night, but it was like there is no sex, and that was communicated early, and with like a very, very, very firm boundary on that, because in my opinion, anyone could be nice for a night. Anyone. You have to prove it. You have to show up with consistency, and that is going to take time, and that is for you to enforce. And so I think that if someone is not willing to get lunch with you without having sex with you, they're not for you.
Period.
And so I think you're just going to have to like know that you have these like trusted sexual connections. So like if you need to get that need met, you go do that. But anyone that you are pursuing like an actual meaningful romantic connection with, absolutely no sex. Period. And I mean, and when I say period, I mean like
at least at first. Yeah.
You can like make out, you can touch a little bit, but like there should be a clear escalation of activity that takes place over
Juanita
the course
is
of at
telling
least 3
me
to 4
to
days.
withhold the pussy. Withhold your pussy.
She's sacred.
And,
Keep her to yourself.
This is also a this is a tactic I've seen you employ really effectively in the past. Like, so I have thought about this before. I was trying to hold on to my ums and ahas so that I did not anger you by their delay, but I was I'm really curious about trying that strategy, because I'm ready to try anything, honey. Almost did.
Yeah,
I was nodding my head.
I think it's the way to go. And like with Vince, like we didn't even kiss until our 3rd date, and I don't think we had sex until like maybe our like 5th or 6th date. And
that's
so
crazy.
And like still sometimes like I'll like send him a sweet, like he's like the texting, it like, yes, you texted with this man, cool, but like texting is not action either. The texting should be there to like set up dates. So like sometimes I'll still try to like send Vince something like sweet, and then he'll like respond in a very like bland, like unemotional way. I'm like, oh well, blah. But like the way he like makes time for me and is thoughtful, that's the proof in the pudding. So I think like devaluing text communication and then prioritizing in-person plans and eliminating sex is my prescription.
Thank you, doctor.
Thank you, Dr. Juanita. I also think like if you are finding yourself getting frustrated with the apps and frustrated with the like lack of connection that you're making with people that you are like allegedly matching with on these apps, I think it's also perfectly fine for you to just take a break, stop putting the pressure on yourself, and use that Libra energy and just like literally meet people in real life. Because I know that people are like, it's so hard to meet people in real life. But number one, you're one of the most social people that I know. We talked about it for the first half of this episode, how good you are at just flitting around the room, meeting people. You're great at like making people feel comfortable. You're easy to talk to. And I think in person, it's easier to like tap into our divine power and like suss out the energy from other people that you just cannot really get online. You can't really get from a text conversation. And it's like, it's kind of another one of those like, I can't think of the word, but like the way that Juanita is like, no sex, that'll help you weed out the time wasters. I think also just like being in real life and energetically communicating with people, you can at least get a sense of like, oh, this person is just not my vibe. They do not think my jokes are funny, and that's it. We're moving on. I think that there's like power in that. You can just like take the pressure off yourself a little bit and see what happens. But I also think that you should fill your prescription that Dr. Juanita gave you as well.
Thank you, counsel.
It's hard.
Wow.
It's hard. It's hard. I know, especially when you feel ready. And
oh my God,
patient.
I'm ready. I've done the self work. I'm so, especially for someone who's an artist, I'm like, literally find an artist that is more stable than me.
Find one.
I can't.
I don't know. Like, I'm feeling Find one. I don't know. And maybe I'm just comparing myself to my previous self, which was like completely unhinged and spiraling about everything. But I really feel like I found such stability in my life in Chicago. And I'm like, hello, queers. I find myself single, ready to mingle.
Are you on Field?
Yeah.
The app Field, have you tried?
Yes, I am on Fields. Yes,
Okay.
that is the most
I've heard
recent
good
one that I've
things about it.
downloaded. I'm very popular on Fields, but people are still bad at speaking,
That is
and
true.
that's just that.
I would love to follow up with you in the future to see how the medicine is working.
Mhm.
And then, but we should. I know time is running short, so I would love to hear what you're screaming about.
Yeah.
I pray to have updates for you. I don't know, but we'll see. Okay, can we insert the Screamo song here?
Yeah.
I actually have one thing that I'm screaming about and one thing that I'm crying about, and I'm going to share them both, and then I'm going to like crazily leave. I don't even know if the podcast is over. You probably have things that you're probably screaming and crying about, but anyway,
We don't care.
I have to We don't care. I have to scream about Lady Gaga's Mayhem Ball. It was incredible. I had not seen Lady Gaga perform in 15 years since like before I went to college, before I was an openly queer person, and I knew in that moment that this is someone who inspired me so deeply because there's so much artistry and intention behind the music and behind the aesthetic and the storytelling that she's doing. This woman is a genius. I think there's a US tour coming up like later next year, like another US leg of the tour, because I saw the last one in the US this year, I think. I don't know. If you can go, you have to go. Like the way that she's talking about or confronting like the shadow self and the very thin line that exists between our self-hatred and our self-love, or our self-loathing and our self-actualization. She's so good. It's so amazing to see an artist that I love, like just like doing well, feeling good, being so grateful for her fans and her career and the moment that she's in. It was so amazing. It's like such melodrama. It's structured like a fucking opera. It is so good. And after I'm screaming so much, saying, please, Gaga, please give me more. Give us an encore. The like camera comes on. She's full makeup off, sitting at her dressing room station, and she looks to the camera just like, you know, wearing a beanie and a hoodie, and sings How Bad Do You Want Me while she like goes through the bowels of the set, like with her dancers rocking out. She makes it to the stage. She does like one last final runway walk while we're all like, yes, Gaga, yes. And then they all do a full on theater kid curtain call. I was screaming about it. And then briefly, I have to say that I find myself crying.
Oh my
God. And I've been working so hard to just like be a good guest and not be dragging one of the hosts during my time here. But I'm crying that Juanita refuses to learn how to play Wingspan and play the game with me. Please. I am begging you to play this game. It's such a phenomenal game. The strategy is so
what is
good.
this about?
Play Wingspan. You will hate it. It's all about carefully considering
Juanita.
how you're going to use the next literally 26 turns. You have to be my friend and just learn it.
I will.
And until you do, I will be crying.
You will. It was just that day I wasn't being a good communicator about my timeline, and I'm sorry.
Is there's an online?
Yeah.
There's an
That's what they play.
online
Yeah, no, that's okay. You can play it on Steam. I highly recommend. I also have the physical board game. You can play it on, I think, your Switch as well. It's so good if you love strategy board games. It's like a chess level thinking ahead, but there's not as much like, it's not combative. You're not like fucking up your opponent's plans. You're just carefully laying out how you're gonna get the best assortment of these gorgeous birds.
I will learn. I want to learn. I just need I need the time to learn.
Damn, that sounds
You must.
really up my alley. I've known.
You must
I've known
both
that it's
learn,
up my
and I
alley
want you to
for
know
some
that
time.
every day that passes that you don't learn,
Yeah.
I am better and better and better and better because I am
Yeah.
training. So if you ever want to have fun playing with me and think that you might beat me, you should jump in now.
You, me, and Joe should like go to some game cafe and get someone to teach us how to
shit.
play it,
That's real.
so that we just have like a tutorial. And
There's
then
a tutorial when if you have it on Steam. The tutorial is so
You're right.
comprehensive. They'll teach you how to play. It's so easy.
okay.
Well, the game's not easy, but learning is.
Oh my god. Well, I got Ticket to Ride Legends of the West, the legacy campaign version of Ticket
still
to
haven't played it. We
Ride
need to play
for
it.
my birthday, and we still haven't played
But
it. so
I
think we
promise,
have to do
I
that
promise I'll
first.
learn Wingspan with or
And
without
then we'll
Rob.
learn Wingspan. It's still wrapped in plastic.
Okay, yay. I'll cease my crying. It's now just a gentle single tear that maybe once the promise is fulfilled will stop.
So pretty. Okay, I know you have to run. Thank you so much for all of that. Do you want to promote anything before you leave? Where can we follow you?
Oh, you can follow my Instagram at mx.willwilhelm. If you care about the play that I was talking about and then stopped talking about because of the technical issues, you can follow at gender_play. It will, like, more of it will be happening next year. I just, like, can't say because I don't know, but I know that it will. I know that we're going to Canada in January, and what the rest of the year looks like, I don't fucking know.
So
But,
just
if
follow
you
Will, and then
care,
you'll see the
You can
updates.
find out.
Yeah. Thank you so much
Yeah,
for being here. This
exactly.
was so fun. I love you so much.
I love you.
I love you so
Bye.
much too. Thanks for being here, and we have to have you back.
Yes.
Yeah, let's do it. Bye.
They're gone.
They're gone. Did you kick them out?
No, I think they just left. They had to go see that play.
That's true. Okay, well, that's it for us. You know where to find us. You know where to listen. Let's get out of here.
We don't care
huh?
what we're screaming about. Who cares?
No.
Let's get out of here.
Let's
DM
get outta
us. Oh, we
here.
got a really nice DM from a listener.
Oh,
who
we
we don't
really
know,
did.
complimenting our podcast.
It was really sweet, and we really
That
like.
was so nice.
We
Thank
read
you.
all
I'll
of
write
the
you back.
comments. We read all of the mean YouTube short comments you guys leave, and we read all of the nice Instagram comments and DMs that you guys leave. So, thank you. And bye, Star Babies.
Bye, Star Babies.